Welcome to YD Geology Zone, a geological zone where you will get many updates regarding geology. So don't forget to subscribe the channel. So today is the part 2 of IOGS classification diagram. Okay. So I have told in part 1 how to draw the diagram of which olivine, plagioclase and orthoclase. Okay, and feldspathoid also. So today I will be telling you how the real life questions come in. If you got a sample and how to do work with that sample and all. So in this video we will be discussing about all these things. And other than this, if you have any doubt, you can just comment down and regarding your queries and all. Just not only this, if you have any other topic, so you can comment down. And if you want me to cover this topic, so just comment it down. Okay. And other than this, I have also told about CFP norm form and in the Nigli value form. So you can check those videos also in the playlist section or in the video section of the channel. So go through it and we'll start our video. So let's start it. So friends, last time I told you how to draw this graph from this. This is the one of the IUGS classification diagram, and there are so many. I will be taking now only 3 diagrams. Means in this part. In this part, I will be taking only this diagram. In the upcoming parts, I will tell you again 2 more diagrams that are. These are those 2 diagrams. This and this one. So first today I will be telling you how the problem comes in practical work. This is the diagram. You will get this we have drawn, and I told you how to draw. So you will be given a table like this, maybe of 4 or 5 row columns will be there again, but this will be just like that. It will be 1, 2 or 3. So this each column is a sample. So you can say this is a sample number 1, sample number 2, sample number 3. You can get only one sample also in your mineral exam or in your practicals. So I got this mineral. So what does this mean? This table is that you got the sample. Okay, you have a rock sample. In that rock sample, the 30% is of plagioclase, amphibole is 8%, biotite is not present, clinopyroxene is not present, quartz is not present, quartz is 47% present, orthoclase is present 8%, sphene is not present, opu is present 7%. Okay. So you will be given in this form. The table will be in this form. Okay, you will be given a table, or they will tell you the model percentage of mineral is this for IOGS classification. And now they will say to you to do the IOGS classification and tell me which mineral did you get. Okay. So I will tell you the steps. So as you can see here, IOGS classification diagram, right? So now I will be doing it by pencil. Yeah, now by pencil I have to do, because I have to show you the total sum of 3. Okay. So see, the first step is note down the mineral percentage of minerals which are present at the corners of triangle. Okay. So what does this first step mean is that you have to see this is a triangle QAP. Okay, Q, A and P. So triangle QAP. There are 3 corners in triangle QAP. So which minerals are at the corners? The first mineral is quartz at the Q, and how I know this thing is that I told you in the part 1 while making the uh, graph. This Q means quartz, A means alkali feldspar or orthoclase, the same, P means plagioclase, and F means A feldspathoid. Okay. So when you take triangle APF, you have to see only alkali feldspar, plagioclase and feldspathoid. So as I told you here feldspathoid is absent. So we will be doing only the upper graph, because here orthoclase is there, which means alkali feldspar and all, and quartz is also present, which is here. Means the name, I'm telling the name. Okay, quartz is present, and the last one P means plagioclase is also present here. So we have to take only these 3 minerals: plagioclase, quartz and orthoclase. Orthoclase means A. Okay. So no need of this amphibole, biotite, clinopyroxene, sphene, and other things. Okay. So now we have taken these 3 minerals. So what is our steps are saying that the first step is note down the mineral percentage. Okay. So we will note down it. We have to follow, right? So we will note down. So the mineral percentage is, let me check. Yeah. So it is plagioclase is 30. So in table number 1, I'll write it by black pen. No problem. So table 1 or sample 1 we can say. Sample 1, plagioclase means P, which is equal to 30. Then it is quartz and orthoclase. So quartz is Q and orthoclase means A. So A is 8 and quartz is 47. Right? You can see here 30, 47 and 8. Okay. So we will go to now step 2. We have written here. We will write for sample number 2 and 3 also. To sample 3. You can see here. So for sample number 2, the plagioclase is 12. And for sample number 3, plagioclase is 64. And here Q is 0. As you can see, a dash is given, it means 0. Here value of Q is 0 in the table of sample number 2. And the value of orthoclase is 72. And in this case, sample number 3, the value of orthoclase is 3 and it is 2. Okay. So now no need of this model composition, we'll keep it aside. Moving to the second step, you can see here, recalculate the minerals to 100%. Okay. So now we have to recalculate these 3 minerals in sample number 1. Not all this. You will say we have to calculate P sample number 1, sample 2 and sample 3. No. See, now we will do only for sample number 1. We have to do all one by one. Okay. So only this is important. Now we will do sample number 1. We'll plot its graph and we will find out which mineral we will be getting here. Which mineral will be out of so many minerals. Which mineral will be the sample number 1. Okay. So we will do now sample number 1. So here it is saying that recalculate the minerals to 100%. So these are the minerals only. So now we have to recalculate it to 100%. So guys, if you have seen my Niggli value form video, so I have tell you there what is the basics of recalculation to 100%. Okay. So I will tell you once more what are the basics of it. If you haven't seen that video, so I will recommend you, if you want to know what is norm form and Niggli value form, I have already made the videos on that, so you can watch them to know more about them. So now I will tell you what are the basics of recalculation to 100%. See, when you have to recalculate something, recalculation to 100%, right? So when you have to do recalculation to 100%, so for assume that you have 3 values, this A, B and C. Okay, so you were having 3 values. So now how to recalculation? Now recalculation to 100%. So the recalculation formula is recalculation of A is equal to A upon A plus B plus C into 100. In the same way, the recalculation formula of B and recalculation formula of C will be B upon A plus B plus C into 100, and this C will be A plus B plus C into 100. So this will be the recalculation formula of A, B and C if you have any 3 values A, B and C. So this is the basics. Okay, this is a very basic formula and it is very easy to learn. You can easily learn this formula. It's not learning, you can easily understand what does this mean. See, when you have 3 values, you have to just add them, and you have to just, if you want to record value of A, so A, divided by sum of all the values into 100. If you want to recalculate the value b, then b divided by sum of all the values multiplied by 100. So for example, if there are 4, if any other case, any other norm, any other form, if you want to recalculate, so and the thing that there are 4 samples a, b, c and d. Now you have to recalculate it to 100%. So here just we will put here plus d plus d plus d, and recalculation of d will be d upon a plus b plus c plus d into 100. That's it, nothing more. Okay, means a value of a upon a plus b plus c plus d into 100. That's it. So using these formulas, we will understand, we will find out the recalculation of the minerals to 100%. And let's recalculate it. So guys, here is our sample number 1. I will show you. This is the sample number 1. I will suggest to first see and understand and then to note down. If you want to write this 4 steps, you can pause the video and note it down all steps, but first understand how to do these things. Okay, then you can note it down. So the second step, we have to recalculate. We will recalculate it here. This is the sample number 1, right? So now let's the recalculation is there. Yeah, it's a little bit mess up, right? No problem. So value of P equals to 30, Q equals to 47, A equals to 8, right? So what we have to do, we have to sum them, P plus Q plus A. So now the recalculation value of A, sorry, A not, P will be P upon P plus Q plus A in the same way of this also, Q, and for A will be the same. So just now I have taken it the main values. Before I have told you with the example, the basics I have told you how you have to calculate. So here the Q, P plus Q plus A, here A, P plus Q plus A, okay, into 100 into 100 into 100. So whatever we will get the values here, that will be our, so these are the values, we have to add it, we have to put the values here in these formulas, and we will get our recalculation of particular value to 100%. So just I will pause the video and I will recalculate it. So I have recalculated the values and I got the values. So the sum of PQ and A is 85 and P plus Q plus A is 85, so which means 30 upon 85 into 100, and here then 47 upon 80 upon 100, sorry 85 it is, 8 upon 85 into 100. So again, by doing this calculation, I got the values that are, I have taken the approximately values, that is 35, 55, and here it was actually 9.4. So I thought you guys will get confused for this. So see, the sum of all these three should be equal to 100. Okay, so this is 35, this is 55. So we can, this 9.4 now, so we can take it as an average to 10. Okay, approximately, no problem. So you can take it as a 10, nothing to worry. Okay, so this is 10 now. 30, 50 and 10. Now our second step is over. We got the values. This had us to recalculate the mineral to 100%. See the second step. Now the third step is plot the points in IOJ's classification diagram. Okay, so now we'll plot. So now we have the work of this diagram we have made in our part 1 of this video series. Okay, so how to plot now? That is the question, right? Everyone have that question: how to plot? How to plot? Okay, okay. We will be requiring all these three values. Okay, whatever the recalculated percentage are there, we'll plot according to this 35, sorry, 35, 55, and 10. So as you know, our P is okay. I'll write down here again. P is 35, Q is 55, and A is 10. So we have to plot these points on this graph. Okay. So first we will see which triangle it is. PQA, this PQ and A. This is P, this is Q, this is A. This is our triangle. We have to draw in this triangle. Okay. So we will be drawing in this triangle now. We will be plotting the points in this triangle. So see, as you can see, here the value of P is 35. Okay. So see one thing now. Here P, okay, here it is P, right? So P will be 100 at this point. Okay, and just opposite to this, see, this is the line Q and A line is there. You can see opposite to P the line Q and A is there, so it will be 0. Here P will be 0. Okay, on this line, whole line, anywhere if I put a point here, here P is 0, here also P is 0, here also P is 0, here also P is 0, whole line is of 0 for P. Okay, P means plagioclase. Plagioclase will be 0 on this line. Okay, and it is 100 at this point. Okay, so now I told you we have P that is equal to 35. As you can see here, this 35, right? So we have to plot 35. So see, P is 0 on this line, Q and A. So just see, this is 0. Then just parallel to that line we have to go on. See, this line is of 0, right? This line is of 0. Then the second line is of 10. And third line is of 20. Then the second line is of 20. Then the third line is of 30. And then here in the middle it comes nearly 3.5. This is between the third and the fourth box, it is 35, right? Here this line. So we will make a line parallel to Q and A only. Okay, when it is time for P, we have to go just parallel to Q and A. So I will making a line parallel to it on 35° exactly between them. So yeah, I have made this line. Yeah, as you can see, I have made this line. This is the line of P. What is called? Yeah, it is a line of. I will write here P so that I can run. Okay, I will not write now. This is a line of P. Okay, this whole line is of P. Actually, I should not do it from pen because we have to plot again 2 points. So I will do it by pencil so that I can rub again it. Okay. And so now the second point was of. So the second point is Q, which is equal to 55. You can see it here. It is 55. So where is Q? Q is at the top here. So Q is 100 here. So which means that it's opposite. This is A and P. Okay, don't see any other triangle. See, okay, only see the triangle Q, A and P. QAP. Triangle QAP is our important triangle. Don't see this downside triangle. This triangle AFP, let it be. Because we don't have any phalanstoid, so we cannot make it. So don't think about it anything now. You have only one triangle here, Q, A and P. Okay. So chords we will take 55. So chords here it is 100, and here on line just opposite to this line, the line is AP. So on line AP chords will be 0. So just we have to move from this parallel to this line till chords, so that we have to find 55. So this is 0. This line is of 0, right? So here it will be 10. Then here it will be 20. See, we have already marked the line here of 20 also. Then again it will be 30. Next line. The next line will be a 40. And after that the next line will be a 50. And after that, see here it is 60 line already marked. So this is 50 and this is 60. We want 55. So it is in between of this. So we will just mark a line here in between them, which will be equal to 55 of Q. Okay guys. So this I have marked the line. And now the next step is, the last one is the 10°. is of 10 degree, A equals to 10. Let me mark this line properly. I haven't marked the line properly. Let's try to mark all the lines accurately so that you will get the answer more and more accurately. Okay. Sorry guys. Yeah. So this is the line. It is here. Yeah. So it is at the center now. Okay, so this is the line of Q which is parallel to AP, and here one we have made a line. See, this is parallel to Q and A, where is the line of P. Now the last one is A, which is 10. So we'll mark the line 10. So see here at this point, at point A is 100, right guys? So just opposite to it, Q and P is there. Just opposite to A, Q and P is there. So it means it is on this whole line Q and P, A will be 0. Means orthogonals will be 0 on this line QP. Okay. So we want 10 value of A. As I told you, here A is 100 and the opposite of it is Q and P. So it is 0. So we want A equals to 10. So then this is 0. Line QP is 0. Just parallel to it, the first line will be of 10, right? This line will be of 10. So I will mark a line here in this triangle. I have marked a line in this triangle here like this. Okay. So you can see all these three lines are intersecting at one point. See, here it is intersecting. If you can notice it, see here I have made a big circle and a rounded circle. So this is our sample number 1. We will note it down here. Sample number 1. It is our first sample. Okay. So in the same way, we have to plot again 2 points. But see now, we have drawn the lines now here. See these lines we have drawn parallel to all this. So you don't have to draw all these lines. I have drawn this just to explain you. But in reality, you have to just imagine all these lines, because you cannot mess up your whole graph. Because if you draw so many lines, then it will be mess up, right? So just for one example, you can draw 1 or 2 lines. If you are a beginner, then you can draw lines, but then rub the lines. See, my work is over now. I will be rubbing all these lines which I have drawn, so that I can make other points also. Because in one table there are more than 3 or 4 samples. I have taken only 3 samples, but normally it remains more than 3 or 4. This line I cannot rub because I have drawn that time by pen, but now I am drawing a pencil. So this is not a line. Okay, forget about this line. This is our first point. So now we will see this is our this plot the point in average classification diagram. So first step was over, second step was over. Now we have plot the point also in the third step is over. Fourth step is note down the mineral name in which all the 3 points are intersected. So there is only one point where all the 3 lines are intersected. Okay. So we have to find out which mineral is there. So see, this is the box of this from here. This is a whole box, right? This from here. This is a whole box. So as you can see, for that particular place, this one, the mineral name is given granodiorite. So that is the mineral is granodiorite. So your first sample number 1 is, you can write here granodiorite. Granodiorite. So here your sample number 1, everything is complete. You got the mineral name, that is granodiorite. Now jumping to the second sample. Sample number 2 was see, we have taken this from model composition. You remember about this now. Here we have to take only plagioclase, quartz and orthoclase. Why? Because step 1 is note down the mineral percentage of mineral which are present at the corners of triangle. So at the corner of triangle only Q, A and P is present. So we will take only these three minerals. So I have taken Q, this Q means quartz, A means orthoclase, P means plagioclase. I have taken all these values and then I have taken the sample 2. So I have written it here only. PQ and A, I have noted down. Then second step is recalculation the minerals to 100%. So this is the formula for recalculation. As you can see, this is the whole formula for recalculation of P, Q and A, right? This is the whole formula. Okay, let this values. This is the formula of recalculation of P, Q and A. Okay. So by using this formula, you will get the values of P, Q and A. So I will just pause the video and recalculate the values. So I have done the calculation and I got the values. So for sample number 2, the recalculation values are, this is sample number 2, 12, 0, the Q was 0, P was 12 and A was only 2. So after recalculating all these values, I got the value that is 14 of plagioclase and 86 of orthoclase, that is 8. So we will plot this. So our P is 14, okay. So here it is P here, so it is 0 here on line QA. Thus parallel to it, only 14 you have to point. So this is the line of 0, right? So the first line after this will be of 10, this line will be of 10, and after this is 20, this line is of 20, okay. So now this is 10, this is 20. So between this there is a 14. So we'll calculate from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. So I think it will be the second line. There are, see, you can see the small lines are also there. So in that the second line is of that. So I will just mark a line here. See, you have to only imagine these lines, but I am marking so that you can understand very easily, okay. So this is the second line, it's parallel to it, and now the A is 86, okay. So A is 100 here and 0 on line Q and P. So we will calculate from here. So this is 0, then 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80. We want 86. Okay, this is 80, this is line is of 80. So, and the next line is of 90. This line is of 90 and this is here 100, right? So we are here at 80 line. We want 86. So this small lines are there. Maybe if it is visible, you can see. Then point 86.2, 86.4, and this is 86.6. So we have to go to this line, and I will make a mark on this line. So it comes exactly on the line of A and P, and our Q was 0. Do you remember this thing? Our Q was 0 in the sample also, and here also 0. So Q, I told you Q is 0 on the line of AP. So it came exactly on this line. So you can see this is our line. I have marked the point. This is our sample number 2. So we will see the mineral which come here. So it's cyanide. Can you see this? See here the 5 dash line is there. After in downside of this, here the line is there, and it came in this second box. It came in the cyanide box. So this is cyanide. Our sample number 2 is cyanide. SYENITE. So this was our second sample. So in a similar way, you have to plot this sample number 3, where the values are 64, Q and A. And I have recalculated its value already. That is 93%, 3% and 4%. So P will be 93% where? So P is 100 here, 0 it is here on this line. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 it is here, and 93 will be the second line, the small line will be there. So it is nearly here. 93 will be somewhere here. Okay. And after that, we have to write down the quartz is here only 3%. Okay, so coords is 0 here and 5 is here. See here, the line of 5 is already met. This is 5 here. So before that only it is 3 is here. So in middle of this, between 0 and 5, there is a 3 comes. So we will draw a parallel line to this. That is here. We have drawn a parallel line. Okay, sorry, the line. This is the parallel line I have drawn. Okay, and after that our A is 4. Okay, so here A is 100 and here it is 0. So we have to draw the 4.4. So this is point 2 line and this is point 4 line. Means this parallel to Q. This, you have to draw a full line. So see, you can see here, if you can, I don't know, here at this point, all the 3 lines intersect. Mark the point here. I will show you outside. Actually, this graph work, we need a proper camera, but actually my phone is not of high quality, so I can just show this much. I hope so it's looking clear and you are understanding everything. This is our third sample number 3, and now we will see our mineral. So this is our mineral third. See here, I will show you upside. So it is at a corner right here. Here it is at this corner. So here the outside is written diorite / gabbro / anorthosite. So we will write that. So this is our third mineral, third sample. Diorite / gabbro / anorthosite. So friends, this was our graph. Just don't forget this thing. You don't have to make any lines. You have to just mark a point. Okay, all the lines you have to make in your own mind so that you can remember them. So this was the IUGS classification, and in the next I will be telling of classification diagram of plagioclase, pyroxene and olivine, and after that I will be telling this olivine, orthopyroxene and clinopyroxene. If you want to know any other diagram, how to make it and all, so I will be explaining them also. But for now, I will be explaining this. So if you want, just comment down, I will make that diagram also. But the basics I have told you how to plot and all, so I think you can make now any IUGS classification diagram easily. So see you in the next class, guys. Hope so you enjoyed plotting. Right? You enjoyed it now. Just be happy, guys. You have successfully completed IUGS classification diagram. So I think if you have understood very properly, so you can draw now any diagram, just any IUGS classification diagram, you can make it. You know how to plot, you know how to recalculate. Yes, then what you want. You know everything. You know how to recalculate. You know what you have to see. Just all the 3 corners. Okay, these minerals are there. Okay, no problem. Then just recalculate to 100%, and after that, plot them. Plotting is the main. If you learn plotting, then you learn everything. You have learned IUGS form, IUGS classification form. Okay, so I will say you don't do the ratta type of things. Just understand a topic properly, because topics like recalculation to 100% and plotting and also don't see how I am. Just think how it is doing, how I am doing and all. And as I am telling you, just think of it. And I have told you basics only of recalculation to 100%, because recalculation, this thing comes in a Nigri form also. It came. I told you in that form also, and I am telling you again in this form also. So this was the thing, and this video is very long, I know, but I have to tell in everything in detail. So you guys, when you finish this video, you have understood very properly how to do it. And any question comes in front of you, you can solve it like within 10 to 15 minutes or 5 or 10 minutes if your calculator and all, and every diagram is drawn. So that it will take only 5 minutes, right, or 2-3 minutes only. If the diagram is drawn, then just you have to just note the points. It's very easy, right? So this is, we will now in the next video I will be taking another IUGS classification diagram. I will tell you how to draw it now. So see you in the part 3 of IUGS classification diagram, or I will make another video regarding that part only, or another series I will make on that. This was only 2 video series of this IUGS classification form, IUGS classification diagram. Hope so you enjoyed it. So if you like it, press the like button, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. because you will get all the updates and you will understand all your doubts and queries very easily on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for watching the video.